Did I do something wrong by telling my father that I hate him and will never forgive him on his deathbed? My father died last week. He had cancer. I'm 22 now, but the damage he did to me started long before he got sick. My parents divorced when I was 7 after my mom cheated on him. He never got over it, and instead of hating her, he decided to hate me. He used to say he saw her every time he looked at me, and I became his reminder of everything that went wrong in his life. When I was 11, he remarried. I thought maybe that would make things better, that he'd calm down and finally see me as a son again. But it only made it worse. He treated my step and half-siblings like gold. Gifts, hugs, family vacations, I love yous. With me, it was silence and cold glances. He was a good dad, just not to me. And honestly, that hurt more than if he had just been a bad father to everyone. By the time I was 17, I'd had enough. The final straw was when he told me he'd set up college funds for all his kids, except me. Not because he couldn't afford it, but because he said he didn't trust where my mother's influence would take me. My mom wasn't any better. She'd chosen her new husband and family over me, leaving me to fend for myself. That's when my best friend's family stepped in. They took me in without hesitation. They gave me a room, helped me get scholarships, even co-signed my student loans. They fed me, supported me, and refused to take a cent in return. I started calling them mom and dad, and they called me their son. For the first time in my life, I felt wanted. Last month, my aunt, my dad's sister, called me in tears. She said he was dying, that he'd been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and didn't have much time left. She said he wanted to see me, that he wanted to apologize. I hung up on her, but the calls and messages didn't stop. Everyone who hadn't given a damn about me for years was suddenly begging me to give him closure. Eventually, I gave in. I went to the hospital. He looked frail and small, nothing like the man I remembered. The moment he saw me, he started crying, saying how sorry he was, that he loved me, that I was still his boy. I let him finish. Then I looked him straight in the eye and told him the truth. I told him I'd always hate him, that he was a shitty father, that I'd never forgive him. I told him I wouldn't go to his funeral, and that someday, I'd probably piss on his grave. He cried harder. His wife and kids started screaming at me, calling me heartless. I left. 2 days later, he was gone. I didn't go to the funeral. He didn't leave me anything in his will. Not a letter, not a word, not a cent. Everything went to his real family. All he wanted was to clear his conscience before he died, to feel like he'd done his part. But I'm not a tool for his peace of mind. Now my entire extended family says I'm a cruel, heartless piece of shit. They say I embarrassed them and disrespected the dead. Maybe I did. But where were they when I was a kid begging for my father's love? Where were they when he told me I wasn't worth a college fund? I'm not proud of what I said to him, but I'm not sorry either. He got to live his life pretending I didn't exist. I'm just continuing that tradition.